good, y'all? So I know it's late. I wanted to make a quick video because I was running around all day just doing stuff. Um, but I wanted to make it like a part two of what I said the last time with having little stepping stones before you reach a big goal. And I even noticed this right now, like especially with the business that I'm working in, how people kind of tend to they want to jump steps. So, for example, I'll use the fitness analogy before I decide to go and jump off into like the, just financial aspect at least. So, in a nutshell, let's use fitness as an example. So, a lot of people, they'll go in the gym and they're like, oh, I'm going to pump out, doing a whole bunch of stuff. Because typically when we see the gym, the first thing that we think about is like, people bench press and using really heavy weight, doing the things that we see on TV. Your classic bench press, people doing overhead presses, people squatting a lot of weight, just whatever you see in TV. That's what people try to you know recreate in the gym. Um, and they're moving too fast, and that's why you have to take little steps to get to that goal. So I'll have people who I personally train, and they have that mindset of I'm just gonna go in the gym, and I'm just gonna just max out, just start benching, and usually those people, they eventually give up because they're not taking a little stepping stone. So for me, the way I slowly stepped up was I started just doing simple push-ups, and just building resistance in your arms, just getting used to training and stuff, and getting used to your own body weight, because that's what kind of got me, got my body aligned so that way I could bench. So people do it different ways, but the point is that you want to start small, because people will jump in the gym or jump in whatever they're doing, and they'll try to just go all out, and that's how you give up, because you're not taking the time to get acclimated. You're trying to jump steps, you're trying to do too much at once. So the same thing with even long-term goals, where people want to lose weight, they just want to lose it, and they don't realize that it takes time. There's certain stages you have to get to before you get to your end goal. So I say all of this because I'm not trying to make it like a fitness video, because that's my other page. But in regards to finance, a lot of people in jobs and entrepreneurship, and people who want to start businesses, and people who even just want to start working, my advice is that you have to definitely start small. You have to do micro steps before you get to major steps. And a lot of people, they forget that there's subsets of steps. They think that everything is just one, two, three. But like I said back in my other video back in April or May, that you have sub steps in between those. So in between step 1 and 2, you might have step 1A, kind of like on a test, how you have question 1A, 2A, or 1A, 1B, 1C, and then you get to 2. So there's little steps in between that you might have to do. So a good example for me was my situation with when I started working. I had to, sell some stuff, and it wasn't major stuff, but it was little stuff that I didn't use anymore. Like one thing was, just extra clothes that I didn't really wear, and just little stuff that I had. I sold it because I needed to buy clothes, for my job before I got my first paycheck. And that's what I'm saying about, just little steps that, you have to take before you reach your big goal. A lot of people forget that. So a good example might be somebody might have their goal as, they want to start a business, or not even starting a business, but let's say their goal is they want to eventually, just start working in general. You know, of course, one set, before you start making money, one step is that you have to get a job, but there's a step in between getting the job, and that step in between getting that job, that little subset of a step, that might be, going out and talking to people. A lot of people just want to jump from, okay, I don't have a job, I'm going to get a job, and then after a job, I'm going to get a car. They forget that there's stuff in between it. And that's what you need to understand, that there's little micro steps that you need to take, and you should celebrate them and make sure that you respect them as achievements, but understand that there are going to be steps in between it. So what I did was I took my little step of selling things and doing what I needed to do. And when I say selling things, I mean like just stuff that I had lying around that I didn't really use, to get clothes that I needed for work, or whatever other little accessories that I thought would help me just feel good at work, and that I needed. And eventually I got my first paycheck, and then boom, I had my job. So the point is that, they're gonna be little steps in between things that you're gonna do, and you have to just understand that that's all part of the process. So somebody who, they wanna work and get out of a certain living situation, like they live with their parents. It's not just gonna be one, get a job, two, move. It might be one, look for work, one, you know you might have to figure out how you're gonna get clothes for work, how you're gonna budget, your transportation and stuff. And then you get to two, which is working. And then two is when you start saving money and moving out. So the point of this is to understand that you're gonna have different steps, and to not forget about the micro steps in between it. Because a lot of people, they will say, oh, they'll complain about why they're not where they want to be, but ask yourself the question: did you take the micro steps? Did you do every single thing that you could, to get yourself to step one? So that's all I got. I didn't want to make this too long. Like and share and discuss, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to grow, glow, and feel the flow.